I'm Eric, and I have another one of my bass guitars available for sale, and this time it is a Wolf 7-string bass. And if you've not heard of Wolf, they're actually AIO guitars, all-in-one customs out of Los Angeles, California. These basses were actually made in Korea that they imported. They actually don't have serial numbers on them because of the small numbers that they're produced, but they are made in like one of the big factories in Korea. And it's actually really a high quality bass for what you get, and that's what I'm going to share with you today. So I guess starting out with the basic specs, gosh, I can't even get it all in one in the frame here, but it is a 35-inch scale. This is a very large instrument. It weighs 13 pounds. It's quite a beast. It sounds like one too, but the specs on it are just incredible. It has a mahogany body with flame maple caps on the front and the back. And I'll see if I can get some of that. Look at that flame on that. Look at the finish on this thing. It's like really thick polyurethane. It really reminds me of a Dingwall that I owned about 15, 17 years ago. That was translucent green. It was a beautiful bass, and this really reminds me of it. But it's mahogany inside there, but I don't know, can you see that this doesn't have like the thin veneer that you see on a lot of other instruments? This has like a thick, gosh, what is that? A 1/4 of an inch on the front and the back. Flame maple. That's something that was thin pasted on there. That's a thick piece of flame maple. And then the neck is maple with walnut stringers that run the length of the neck. It's a neck through. And it's just massive. The fretboard is ebony. I don't know what the frets are made out of. They're probably just normal jumbo or semi, medium jumbo frets. But it's got an ebony fretboard on it. It's so nice. I've had it for a little over a year. There's hardly anywhere on the frets. There's a little bit of play wear up in the money note areas, up in here. But over the rest of the fretboard, there's really nowhere. It looks brand new. Check out that inlay. That's abalone inlay. Same thing up at the in the headstock right there. I like using Kalium balanced tension strings. These are the hybrid steel strings. And this, well, this is not a low B. This is a low F sharp. That is a 0.192 inch string. That is almost 2/10 of an inch thick. It's just a massive string. But I like that I get a nice even tension all across the fretboard because they're gauged that way. Also on the in the headstock, I installed Goto tuning machines. They just work so much better than the original ones that were on there. And also, I need them to accommodate. I mean, look at that F sharp string, that thick string, so I can get it to wrap around that post. They really work good for that. So anyways, it's got dual truss rods. The neck is, I mean, look at that. It's like an aircraft carrier. You could just about land a plane on that thing. It's wide and very straight and flat. Pretty low action. The nut width is about 2.5 inches. The string spacing is 16 millimeters. Did I mention this? I put a Tone Monster preamp in it. So shortly after I got it, the preamp kicked the bucket on me. So Tone Monster to the rescue. They had a 3-band bass preamp, and I'll go over the controls real quick. So it just lined up perfectly with the holes that were already here. They had a switch on the old bass, which was an on and off switch. So this is your mid frequency selector, and this is the mid-range tone knob. This here is your typical blend between the front and rear pickups, and then this is your volume with active and passive switching. Actually, it's active when it's down, passive when it's up. This knob right here is a tone knob. When you're in active mode, it doesn't do anything, but when you're in passive mode, you can actually roll off the tone using that pot right there. and then you have stacked bass and treble right there. It does come with Dunlop strap locks. I do recommend a suede strap with a suede underneath it to kind of help it. It does have a little bit of a neck dive because this is a heavy bass. And you can see the body horn just doesn't quite go up to the 12th fret, which is where I like to have them at. But with the right strap, it's actually fine. You might have to lift up on it just a little bit. And then it comes with a pretty nice Wolf gig bag with the Wolf brand on it. So here, I'll lift it up so you can see it. How about that? Yeah, it's actually a pretty nice bag. That's what I carried in. So played it quite a bit over the last year. I do have the Conklin now that has replaced it, and I'm offering that up for sale. So reach out if you have any questions. Thanks.